Welcome back. The curfew hours over the weekend left no room for social activities. However, accusations have been leveled at one government minister for hosting a social gathering despite the COVID-19 protocols, which stipulate that there should be no such gatherings. Social media has been abuzz that MP for Dennery South, Alfred Prosper, hosted a social event on Saturday. On Monday, Prosper cleared the air, saying the allegations leveled against him are completely false.
Saturday, I left Dennery at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I had a meeting with a farmer in the south, and I spent the rest of the afternoon in Soufrière. So when I got news that I was involved in a social activity in Dennery, I was really shocked. But that's anticipated. As a politician, those things will happen. But I want to just tell you, there was no truth to this.
Members of the public are reminded that social gatherings with more than 10 individuals are prohibited, and so are mass crowd gatherings. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved a 7-person committee to review the Uanora International Airport redevelopment project. The committee has been tasked to review the scope and financing arrangements of the HIA redevelopment project and to report its findings within 90 days. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister, Mondi Lewis, gave details on the 7 individuals chosen.
The committee is chaired by Mrs. Alison Jha, a former permanent secretary with over 30 years of experience in public service. Other members of this professional review committee include Mr. Cromwell Goodridge, Engineering, Mr. Winsbert Felix, Procurement, Mr. Paul Hilaire, Finance Economics, Mr. Lon Theophilus, Law, Mr. Calix George Jr., Engineering, and Ms. Zana Barnard, Economics.
The HIA redevelopment project has been shrouded in controversy after court documents from the U.S. were filed and became public, naming ministers of the 2006-2011 UWP administration as persons of interest. Lewis expounded on the issue.
In 2011, the SLP administration, through the IFC World Bank, negotiated a public-private partnership, PPP, through a trusted global process for bidding and construction. This arrangement was abandoned in 2016 by the UWP administration, and the government of St. Lucia was fined USD $1 million. The UWP administration opted to continue the redevelopment project through loan financing. Loans amounting to over $600 million was accrued from a consortium of local banks and the Exim Bank of Taiwan. The review committee is expected to advise the cabinet on the way forward as it relates to the loan financing or return to the PPP agreement.
The new administration has pledged its commitment to the improvement and modernization of the Uanora International Airport. As students prepare to begin the first academic term online, the National Students' Council has given its view on whether parents of students 12 and older should consider getting their children vaccinated. The acting president says the end goal is to ensure that life returns to as normal as possible.
St. Lucia has over 1,900 active cases of COVID-19 on island to date. As students prepare to begin the first term of academic year 2021-2022, all instruction will take place online in the first instance for at least 1 month. The St. Lucia National Students' Council says many children have expressed high levels of anxiety. As the number of COVID-19 cases continues to surge, an option for vaccination has been provided for children 12 and older in that of the Pfizer vaccine. The acting president of the SLNSC, Alan Splank, asked that consideration be given to the younger generation who will be missing out on instruction if the current spike of COVID-19 continues.
If we ever want to go back to the physical setting, we must take that first step in combating COVID. Or the next best step that I would tell everybody to do is to follow the protocols. Do not stay inside. Respect the curfew hours. Do not hold parties. Sanitize well. Wear your mask. And it's basic if you don't want to be vaccinated. But I urge parents who are vaccine hesitant to read up, encourage your students to read up. Like I said last week, we have Google and everything at the tip of our fingers. Let's Google about Pfizer. Let's Google, and if you're confident enough, then you think that your child should take the vaccine, then you should have too. And one thing that we applaud also is that of the choice of taking vaccine.
Plant explained that a lot more sensitization needs to take place as the level of vaccine hesitancy in St. Lucia is quite high.
I think what is lacking on our part in St. Lucia is that of education and sensitization of vaccination, which is why vaccine hesitancy is so high. We can see, Barbados just said it recently, Bahamas said it at Princess Margaret Hospital. We even have examples here in St. Lucia. Respiratory hospitals are full with unvaccinated persons. Those who are vaccinated have either mild symptoms or they are asymptomatic. Last week when I made my statement to members of the media, I was attacked. Somebody told me I was deceived by the devil and the mark of the beast, etc. But we need to understand that reading is important, and I think that is something we lack as a people.
He explained that both he and the public relations officer have received their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine and proceeded to explain the rationale behind his decision.
For me, I can say personally, my home may not be the best for learning, and I don't feel comfortable with doing schoolwork at home. So I prefer, and I learn better in a physical setting, so I would have wanted to go to my physical classroom to be vaccinated.
34,837 individuals have received their first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine, while 27,706 individuals have been fully inoculated. 1,913 individuals have received the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine, and 67 have been fully vaccinated. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
All St. Lucians have reason to register tremendous excitement and pride with the news on Friday, the 27th of August, that two of our very own 17-year-old Akim Auguste and 18-year-old McKenny Clark have been selected for the 18-man West Indies Under-19 Rising Stars squad to tour England. Moreover, Akim Auguste has been named the captain for the Tour of England after displaying excellent leadership qualities. In an interview with Hot 7 TV News, Auguste spoke about the stellar achievement.
St. Lucia continues to produce outstanding cricket talent as young prodigy Akim Auguste has been deemed the captain of the West Indies Under-19 squad to tour England. Auguste, who is a left-hand batsman and right-arm leg spin bowler, has been prolific with the bat in domestic competitions, national and regional levels. He scored 2 centuries in 2 practice games, and incoming reports indicate that he has demonstrated high and impressive levels of leadership qualities to earn him the captaincy. Auguste says that he is indeed humbled to be declared as the captain of the squad and looks forward to putting in quality performances.
It is a privilege to be named captain of any West Indies team. I'm very pleased to be a part of such an excellent bunch of hardworking boys, and I'm looking forward to getting the best out of all the players.
Auguste credits hard work and discipline as the determining factors which have led to his continuous success and appointment as captain.
Definitely hard work and discipline, doing what needed to be done regardless of how I felt. I had great training partners throughout. I had McKenny and Jaden. We definitely pushed each other, so that made the work a little easier.
Auguste expressed utmost gratitude to those who have been instrumental to his development as an athlete.
I'd like to thank SDA, St. Mary's College, and Mr. Girau. I'd like to thank my coaches, Keith Shalry, John Eugene, Alton Crafton, and Richard Clark. Also want to thank Mr. Dwayne Gill, who gave me the opportunity to train with the Windward Islands Volcanoes, and I must say it was a life-changing experience. I'd like to thank my parents, my family, and my friends who have supported me throughout my cricketing journey so far, and hopefully will continue to do so.
The tour will feature 6 Youth One-Day Internationals starting on September 4th and concluding on September 17th. St. Lucians will be supporting and wishing Akim Auguste and McKenny Clark the very best with their cricket journey. One can only hope and believe that this is the catalyst for greater things to come. Reporting for the Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Kareem Nelson.
Stay with us. There's more after the break.